Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, October the 29th to 28th. Goodness, I have the wrong date there. October the 28th, 2024. I'm going to start with the good news first. Sam made it through the surgery successfully. She is in recovery. So that means something else is going to happen. Oh my God. What? But I tell you, Cyrus keeps creeping around for some reason. I don't know what they're going to do, but thank God they didn't make her die under the scalpel of her brother. Whew, I was so happy they didn't go that way. So that was good news. Sonny was at the hospital when Dante, Laura, and was Anna there? And I think Anna may have been there. Dante, Laura, no, Alexis was there. Dante, Laura, and Alexis was there. So, okay, sigh of relief. Now let's get to the dramatic part. Sasha told Cody, and as expected, he took it very, very hard. Very hard. Because, Cody is the kind of person that's always waiting for the other shoe to drop, that he does not deserve happiness, which is kind of what he said, that he should have known not to expect this him and Sasha to work out because she is who he'd been looking for his whole life. And he says, I never get anything good. Never. And so she was just like, oh, she's so upset. She was legitimately upset too. And he goes, I thought your mother was dead. She goes, because I wish she was. Yikes. She says, but no, my mother was not a mother to me. I was raised by my grandmother. That's not a lie. Um, and they're first cousins. And so she said, Cody, I don't regret our relationship. I love you and I still love you. It's just we can't be together. And she goes, but perhaps we could be friends. And he's like, friends? Sasha, I don't just want to be friends with you. We're past that. And she's kind of like, well, I know, but the only alternative. And in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, you could be friends. Remember, Cody? You would told Sasha you would wait for her for as many years as she felt because when she wasn't ready to move on to a new relationship. This is a shock. He's hurt. It's going to take some time, but I believe they will be friends. But they're going to have Cody spin out, I know, for a minute, right? Um, I think he's going to end up leaving with Holly. For that. Remember, she got this con job, this Mark. Watch him just self-destruct. Cody is the self-destructive type because Nina was talking to Drew and letting her know his poll numbers were slipping because there are a huge number of voters that feel he can't relate to them and he's unattainable. And he said, wait, me? The Navy SEAL? Wait, why would they think I'm unattainable? And she's like, well, because now you're really running under the Quartermain umbrella, the billionaire. And I'm thinking, well, I don't know about being a billionaire. The family's estate might be worth billions, but I don't think not a single one of them are billionaires. I really don't. But anyway, who cares? So she says, look, I got a solution for that. And she took out a flannel checkered shirt and said, look, we're going to go out where some common folks are so they could see you. And they go to the roadhouse or doghouse, that dive bar place to go meet some common folk. Cody was already there drinking, already there drunk. And of course, what's ringing, he sees Drew and Nina come in, and now he's itching for a fight. And you know he's going to get fired because he walks over to the table and says, I need to speak to you now, Drew. And Drew's like, because they had just met a guy that was a SEAL. And he came over to the table and asked Drew, hey, aren't you Drew Kane? And he says, yes, I am. He's like, I almost didn't recognize you. What are you doing here? And he goes, I'm just out enjoying a beer, you know. So the guy, Drew goes, look, let me get you a chair. So they pull up a chair and they're having a nice Navy SEAL conversation when Cody interrupts. And Drew's like, okay, Cody, I'm having a conversation with my new friend Dan. Um, I can get with you when our conversation is over. And Cody goes, no, I'm not waiting. You're going to talk to me now. And Nina says, you know what, Cody? I need to talk to you about something, actually. And she grabs her purse and he says, no, Nina, or Miss Reeves, whatever he called her. I'm going to speak to Drew Kane. And the Navy SEAL looked at him, and I kind of thought the guy was going to stand up and say, you heard the man. He said later, he's talking to me, but the guy didn't say anything. Drew says, you know what? Excuse me, Dan, let me go talk to him for a moment. So he goes, come on, Cody, let's go over here. He wanted to take him to a corner and talk. And he says, because you've been drinking a lot and you're drunk. And he goes, I'm not going over there. Where I'm standing right here is good enough. And he says, you are out here kissing your nephew's wife while you banging her mother. Woo! And Nina went, oh my God. And Cody hauls off and slugs Drew. And this is where that scene ends. Drew is going to get up and mop the floor with Cody. Because for one thing, Cody is drunk. And for two, Drew can fight. So yeah, Cody's going to get pummeled. Everybody in that bar heard him. He's definitely going to get fired, which at this point, he feels he has nothing to lose. And he really wants to lose the job. He wants to just wow out. I know. That's exactly what Cody's doing. So I was kind of sorry to see that. Anna, and I'm so sick of Anna going to Brennan. I need to know where Valentine is. I need to bring Charlotte home. He goes, I don't know where Valentine is. She goes, so in other words, you're not going to help me. He goes, you know what, Anna? You're the one that let him go. Okay? You should have had a way to get in touch with him. I don't have that way. And so he goes, and by the way, does his family know? Does Charlotte's family know you helped them get away? And she's like, no, no one knows. He goes, okay. Well, I don't know where they're at either, which he probably does. He's just saying that. So she goes, Charlotte's mother might die. Okay, I still can't help you, Anna. So she leaves. Holly comes to see Sunny. Sunny tells her, I'll take 35% of the cut, not 30. She goes, well, that wasn't the bargain, because when she walked in, she goes, I've been thinking about what your offer, and they're walking back to the office part of the restaurant for one. And Jason was in there. She goes, oh, I didn't know you had somebody. I'll come back later. Sunny says, no, no, no. Jason's involved. He's going to be involved. She goes, well, that's not a part of our arrangement. Sunny said, it's a part of mine. Part of mine. Because I found out more from Jason what happened than from what you told me. And she looks at Jason, and Jason's just looking at her. So he says, and I also know now that Sidwell, the person you stole these diamonds from, Sidwell is in the United States, last seen in Miami. He goes, oh, he's headed here to Port Charles. So I'm going to be taking a considerable risk. So no, 35%. And she goes, well, the cut's not going to be three ways. He goes, 35%. So she goes, oh, okay, only because I do need them to move fast. And he says, oh, and you're going to leave the diamonds with me. She goes, wait, what? She goes, you're going to leave the diamonds with me. And so she goes, well, I will keep one with me. So she takes the chunk one that actually she had given Sonny as a down deposit or down payment. So she takes that one. And Sonny she leaves. Sonny gives the bag to Jason. He goes, you put these in a safe place. And he goes, I got someplace I got to be. I got to get to the hospital. Jason says, okay, but Sonny, we don't have a lot of time. If you truly are going to move these diamonds, you're going to need to move them fast. And he goes, I know, but I got to get to the hospital because there's nothing more important than family. And my thing is, why don't you just give Jason the name of who you plan on fencing them to and let him get to work on that aspect, Sonny, right? But whatever. So that's where he gets to the hospital and he's there in time enough to hear the news about Lulu. Not Lulu, about Sam getting out of surgery successfully. Now, Heather, of course, talks to Laura and Alexis, and before she leaves, she has one favor of Laura, which we knew what it was to see her grandson, say goodbye to him before she leaves. So Laura calls Kevin and she goes, it's your call because you would have to be the one to oversee the visit. And Kevin, of course, I knew he was going to say yeah. So she goes over, she's playing with Ace, and Steven is standing by the door with Kevin, talking to Kevin. And he goes, thank you so much for allowing my mother to visit her grandson. And Kevin says, well, it's twofold. Laura and I want to make sure Heather doesn't feel she has any loose ends to tie up here in Port Charles. So we're letting her say goodbye to Ace. So then Steven tells Heather, mother, it's time to go. And she goes, already? He goes, yeah, we got to get to the airport. She says, okay. So she's talking to Ace. She goes, can I get a hug? Can grandma get a hug? So she hugs him goodbye. And as she's hugging him, and he's so cute, she leans down and she whispers in his ear, but I'll be back. I said, yeah, there she is. And the funny thing is, the way her face looked when she said, I'll be back, I thought, see, that was not all the cobalt. It just really wasn't with Heather. Because Heather's always been Heather Weber, always. So when we least expect it, Heather is going to sneak back into town. She may go work a job for a while, save up money so she can buy herself a plane ticket. Once she wins her case, she's going to steal that baby. And so Laura was talking to Alexis saying, I really didn't expect them to release her. I kind of feel responsible for her being out. And I'm thinking, well, you are, Laura. It's because you are. You got the ball rolling. And so Alexis says, look, I just looked up precedent information any paralegal could have done. I didn't file any paperwork. You didn't ask for any paperwork to be filed. The skilled attorney that got her out is Rick Weber. Not Rick Weber, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Rick Lansing. He is the skilled attorney that got her out. And I'm thinking, no, anybody would have gotten, Scott Baldwin, had he been in the show, would have gotten her out. If Alexis would have ended up being her attorney, she would have gotten her out. All it took was a judge looking at the facts, and that's what got her out. It got Frankel out of those serial killer charges. It got everybody. I mean, everybody who's had a problem has gotten off because of that problem. So we already knew that was going to happen. So it's just, I'll be back. It won't be this year, but I say by the time they decide they're going to recast Spencer, and which means Esme's going to be alive too. She may come to Colorado to find her mother, but by then, see, Heather would have won her case, and that's not anything they need to show us. It'll just be word that she won her case and she now has millions. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't need to see a trial. We don't need to see that. Only thing we're going to know is Heather's rich. There we go. Or very well off now. So that was it, everybody. Nothing else really scream and shout it with the episode today. Like I said, the good news was Sam made it through surgery. So let's go to comment corner. Comment corner. I'm getting my trusty, dusty stopwatch. Now we have 69 comments before I started recording. Could be more. So what I did, and I need everybody to pay attention, I just scrolled on my mouse, stopped, and this is where I stopped. I'm going to start right here somewhere in the middle, and I'm going to go here down. Okay, I'm going to go the middle to the end. Shy says, there's a difference between Luke and Laura on the run with Lucky versus Valentine on the run. Valentine is running away from the Fed in criminal charges, while Luke and Laura were running or in hiding from Frank Smith, who wanted to kill them. They weren't running to avoid criminal charges. You're right. Yep, you're right. Richard says, another great review, daily recap lady, not liking Sasha Holly Robert storyline. Me either. I'm not, I don't like that either. And then Love says, I agree with your thoughts on Laura. Love also says, Holly is as dumb as Drew. Both of them have no family loyalty and only think of their wants. Drew makes me ill, panting like a dog after Willow, while sleeping with her mother. That is me too. I will miss Sam, but she really wasn't involved with her kids. They were always at the Quartermains. How did Holly just walk into that compound? It's gated. Nina is loyal to her friends. The Sasha Cody storyline just got ruined. Poor Sasha. Ugh, I know. I hate that they ruined that too. I really do, because I liked him too. Cody finally grew on me as well. I'm sending this quick text, y'all. It was important. My daughter sent me a message. And then Jackie says, you're a BLT person, Jackie? And sometimes with avocado. Now, you know what? That adds a twist to it that I think I could try. Although, see, now that I have acid reflux, I have to really pick and choose when I'm going to eat some tomatoes. So I don't know if the BLT would be my splurge choice, but I like avocados. I think Holly planted those diamonds in Cody's room. No, Sunny has the diamonds. She handed over, he made her hand over the bag. And then Loomer says, oh, that's probably right. No, Sunny has them, but that doesn't mean all those diamonds. Well, though she wanted them fenced, so all the diamonds would have been there. TRDRS says, November sweeps starts Thursday, October 31st. I would guess Sam won't die until after that. Me too. That's what I'm thinking as well. I'm thinking that with you. Then we have Blueberry Sherry says, I laughed at Heather. She has no sense of anyone's personal space. No, she doesn't. Care Bear says, I laughed when she kissed Rick. Booberry to Care Bear says yes. And then Marla says this episode had a couple of things that annoyed me. Clueless Laura and Anna was just too much. Anna should feel so guilty. She's the one that let Valentine get away. Laura is so quick to shun Cyrus, while Cyrus is misguided and likely faking his finding God. He does love Laura. Yes, he does. It is, wait, it is the thing he longs for more than any family. Anna is as duplicitous as Cyrus, in my opinion. She's no better than he is. She sat there looking down her nose at him when she gave Valentine time to leave town. Yes, she sure did. You wrote a great comment, Marla. Everybody go up back and finish reading Marla's comment. Excellent comment. And then we have some replies to your comment, Marla. P. Merle says, I can't agree with you about Cyrus. I can't agree with you about Cyrus. He put a hit on Laura and Martin. He sure did. He tried to get Laura recalled as mayor. He sure did. He's the reason Lulu is in the hospital in the first place. He sure is. Family or not, some things are almost impossible to forgive. And then Marla says to P. Merle, I didn't say that well. I don't believe Cyrus has changed one bit. I do believe his own sick and twisted way he loves in his own sick and twisted way, he loves Laura. He is going to do the right thing, question mark. Or is he going to do the right thing? I would lay odds 9-1 and say no. I believe he's the one who tampered with Lulu's ventilator. Me too. Thinking he's saving Laura the inevitable, probably, because because in his sick way, he thinks taking Laura out of her misery, yep, and saving Lulu from further grief when he's the one responsible for Lulu being there. His actions are duplicitous, as are Anna's. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Marla. Wendy says, I don't know if the DNA is real. Anna was at her computer looking like Portia when she changed Heather's results. Oh, yeah, but Anna doesn't have access to the WSB computers. She doesn't. I no longer trust Anna at all. Neither do I. Also, sick of all those long lost children dropping out of a hat. Hello, Heather is not going to go anywhere without her grandson, and anyone who gets in her way, aka Laura, might get murked. I think Heather and Cyrus might hook up. Everyone better keep their heads on a swivel. Holly is a low down grifter, shady and willing to offer up her jewels. Well, look, they ain't even hers, her stolen goods. Sonny said no, thank you. He needs to leave that woman alone. All money ain't good money yet, but Sonny has come back now and changed the deal. DB says, so daily recap. Lady agrees with Sonny. Sonny and I, we can all live without Holly. I'd rather have Brenda pop up in and out of town. Me too. Definitely, I could deal with Brenda. Lisa says, I wonder if Cody will change his last name to Scorpio. And Bertie says, I thought Holly almost got away with diamonds after the fire, but Robert told her he needed the necklace back, so she gave it to him. You know what? I kind of thought so too. Remember when he got her out the back of the ambulance? I think he made her give him those diamonds. And then I don't know. You know what? I don't care. Jeez. He may have. Care Bear says, I can't wait for the story with Lulu to be over. It's really dragging on. The fingers crossed that her post-coma story would be so boring. They made Sam disappear just to bring her back. Alicia says, I'm a big BLT fan. Oh, really? Recap lady, especially in the summer with juicy beef steak or heirloom tomatoes. Yum yum. How can it be a BLT with beef steak? Isn't BLT bacon, lettuce, and tomato? I guess you're saying beef steak, lettuce, and tomato. That could be a BLT. Yeah, same initials, right? Okay. But you know those funny those heirloom tomatoes, they're shaped funny to me, and they're mushier and they come in all these colors. I never liked those. Never liked those at all. Whitney says Daily Recap Lady is one of my favorite. That black for oh, it's one of your favorite too. My, we got some BLT folks in comment corner. That Black Forest bacon, crispy lettuce, tomatoes, mayo is perfection. Okay, y'all. And then look, Jackie said, especially with heirloom tomato. What is it with those tomatoes, those huge tomatoes? And then Alicia and Jackie say 100. Look, and then Alicia says, and the lettuce has to be iceberg, especially occasionally arugula. Oh my goodness, you guys, look, that's it for Comic Corner. I'm at 10 minutes. You all were really giving out some recipes for your favorite BLT sandwiches, but you know what? Sometimes that's what it's all about. You see how here at Comic Corner, we're able to talk like we're friends. You know, we're sharing what we like with each other. I could tell you all were smiling as you were typing your comments, you know, and it just radiated. So I love it. I love it. I'll be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital.